What's going on, guys? It's your boy Tim Aslan here with Counter Trend Capital, looking at SPX today. It's been a while since we went over indices. Bitcoin is absolutely ripping, made a new all-time high, so there will be a video about that soon. But I wanted to come on here quickly and make this video for you because SPX just hit a big area of interest for me. If you're not following us on Twitter, please do. That's where I posted this originally a few weeks ago, giving you guys the price targets. And what you can see here is we have a TR pocket right here, which is a range deviation fib. So this whole area is the range. We're breaking out of the range, and then we're deviating the range by hitting these fibs up here. And now SPX has to make a decision. And so the decision it needs to make is, are we going to come back into the range, or are we going to retest the range and then continue up, right? So that's why I think this area of interest is a good short, because I think that it could throw maybe another high and then come down. But in general, I do think we should retest this one fib. The other thing that I was looking for also is this move so far looks corrective, like a flat. And if we go here, I can show you that it is totally fine for a flat. So these are our flat targets right here. And as you can see, we hit 1.23 for a flat. We can go all the way up to 1.618 technically, but it is pretty high. And using our trend-based fib, we can start from down here, go here, and then do that. And that gives us this one fib at 52.17. That's why I said there's a potential for another high to hit that and then go down. But I don't really want to see it break this red line right here too much. It can break it a little bit with a wick, but if it does break that, it invalidates the short setup. And then the short targets are TP1, this one fib, TP2 can go down to the 0.5 fib. And if we're really bearish, guys, this could be a potential, I'm not saying it is, but this could be a potential stock market top for the S&P. And in which case, I would expect a flat. So I would expect price to go maybe down here to this 1.618 at 3,000, because that matches up with the other range deviation fibs of the same range. That would be really nice piece of confluence, and then go up for a new bull market. So just something to keep in mind while everybody is extremely bullish. Fear and greed on the stock market is in extreme greed right now. So that's something to think about. Two other pieces of confluence I wanted to show you is I have these pivots here. These are set on yearly pivots right now. And yearly pivots usually get hit. As you can see, the last two yearly pivots got hit. This one from 2023 has not been hit. And usually what happens is it can get hit and then reverse from there. So take a look at this spot right there. Next, another piece of confluence is also the quarterly pivot. So from last quarter, you can see, if we look back through the last year or two of SPX, every single quarterly pivot got hit. And this one even provided, both of these here provided a perfect reversal point on these pivots. And the reason that I think this happens is because I don't see a lot of retail using these pivots. These pivots were shown to me by my friend Will. And basically what they do is they measure the lowest price, the highest price, and the average price, or median price, I think, and then it averages them all into a basically a fair value of the quarter before. And so that's why they get respected pretty nicely. And so this is in the same area that yearly pivot is. So to me, it would make sense to come and retest it, because if you see, we break out, we retest the pivot, then we break out again, we retest the pivot, break out, retest the pivot. So these pivots do have a high probability of getting tapped, So that's another piece of confluence that, hey, we broke out again. We haven't yet tapped the pivot. After we do, maybe we keep going up. So that's another technical area of interest that I'm looking at, and another technical reason that I think we could get some downside before either resuming higher or, creating new lows. So it's not time to be extremely bearish yet, guys, but it is time to consider the risk to reward ratio of looking for shorts while everybody is extremely greedy, and Nvidia is up 87% for the year since last year. So just keep that in mind. Also, some confluence is the Apple chart, which is, I think it's the biggest market cap stock right now, and this also hit our TR pocket fibs back in December, and ever since then it's been going down, and the other magnificent six have been holding up the S&P and NASDAQ, whereas now what's going to happen if Nvidia starts coming down, right? It needs to come down eventually. So that's just something to think about as well. And Apple, same thing. This could be a potential top for some time, and there is some nice liquidity under here, so I could see that getting swept and then maybe going up again. But this 0.5 fib with this point of control here could be also a nice reversal point. So just to me, I think we need a little bit of downside and then maybe pick back up again before elections, or like I said, potential top for longer than that. So just in my opinion, I like the R&R on the SPX. If you do plan on shorting, the entry is kind of late. Like I said, I posted it on Twitter. But if you do want to take some kind of swing trade on it, your stop needs to be above these range deviation fibs. Also, my harmonic buddies were telling me they do have a harmonic pattern that just got activated in this area on the weekly time frame. So usually there's at least 382 retracement from those. So let me show you. So usually there's at least a 382 retracement, which is the exact same area as our quarterly pivot and yearly pivot, right? Let me check yearly again. Literally same spot. So we could definitely see some nice retracement down. Not saying this is the all-time high and bear market's going to stop. We can't assume that until probably this low right here gets broken with a significant candle close. Then I would expect a move down to this area. But for now, nice R&R to short. And something that I was talking about with my buddies in the group chat, or in the Discord, I mean, is what would happen to Bitcoin if, S&P did in fact top. I don't know, but historically, Bitcoin kind of moves at the same time as the S&P, and Bitcoin could potentially be entering a bear market if that's the case. But one thing to point out is Bitcoin pumped a lot later than the SPX. The SPX was all-time high back in January, whereas Bitcoin just made it in the last week, right? So Bitcoin could have some more time to continue going up and maybe find a top around 80K if we're on the bearish end. But you really see Twitter and everyone's expecting like a crazy Bitcoin bull market again. And I just don't know if it'll be that easy, guys. It's so obvious and everyone's expecting it. So just be safe, don't over leverage yourself. And yeah, that's enough of my rambling. I hope you enjoyed the video and liked my thesis for the trade. If you have any questions or confluence, please leave it in the comment section below. Let's see how this one plays out, and I look forward to seeing you guys in the next video.